So one of the viewers will be me.
Hello, everyone.
Currently.
We are live and hanging out, doing pretty good. And I know it's been a minute since you guys have seen us. And we got Jake with us. We got a whole other person on the show. It's not just me. It's not just Andrew. It's Jake, which is awesome. We've had him on before. If you haven't checked out our previous episodes, I'll probably post a link in the description below to kind of fill in some blanks for us. But yeah, we got some awesome topics to talk about today, and hopefully you guys will stick around and learn something new. I know I'm about to. We got some awesome stuff. I don't even know where to start. We've been going for so long.
Well, let's start from here. What have you been up to, Will? How's it going?
Well, I have been working a lot and really liking my new job, but it is a third shift, so it's hard for me to switch back to first. And it's been really hard for me to find time to write up new episodes and stuff. But I do enjoy the job a lot. I've been learning a lot, like who I work with, and I make a good product, so I like that. Hopefully I'll stick with it for a while. We'll see. It sounds like my schedule might be changing, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've been doing. I've been living on the, just sleeping, just trying to make my life work. I did order some stuff from Goodwill's online website, and I have a video coming out later that will explain all of that. There's a bunch of different websites that Goodwill has, and I got a PlayStation 2 for like $80, so that was really awesome. Came with a bunch of memory cards and controllers and games and stuff, so it was a really good deal, and it works. So hey, I can't complain. So
well, the PS2 is so old by now. You try to get it on eBay, it's going to be kind of pricey.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody wants to hang on to it.
Exactly, and if you get one, it might not be working. I did have to glue the original tray, like the little tray cover that goes on for the CD tray. But that was the only thing that was really bad. I just kind of cleaned up the rest with some Q-tips, isopropyl, and air dust, and voila.
Cleaned it up.
It cooked. It turned right on. It's playing. I got a bunch of games, also from the Goodwill sites, and they are also really good condition. So check out that video coming out later, probably this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I can get my editing done.
That PS2 is older than some of our viewers.
You know what? It might be, and that is okay.
That just shows you how old we are.
Unfortunately. Yeah, they were pointing that out at work the other day, too. I was like, thanks, guys. Thanks for making me feel old. I was telling about rotary phones and how we used to have to call our friends and hope that they were there because you didn't always have the option and they didn't always have an answering machine.
That popped up in a Facebook memory a few days ago from 2017, 2018. I had a few coworkers. They had never seen a floppy
Oh no.
disk. They
Oh no.
didn't know. Uh, they they had never seen a floppy disk. They didn't know how to dial a rotary phone. Apparently, things have changed. Instead of the
Right.
old, I'm going to talk to you on the phone, they do
Jeez.
this.
Oh
And a
no.
photo is putting your hand out and pushing a button.
No.
It's not a click anymore.
It's not a click
That
anymore.
that is what's happening
Of
now.
course that's what's happening now because that's what they want. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Or they've never heard of Hotmail. It's so
Yeah,
weird
I was
that
telling him there wasn't
yeah.
before Google. You didn't searching the internet was really hard. You had like Ask Jeeves and Yahoo, MSN, a few of them around, but they weren't very good, and you pretty much had to know what you were
And then
looking
you had
for
that
before you could just.
annoying
Oh
dial-up
my
too.
Oh,
gosh, yes,
the
Remember
yes,
that?
dial-up handshake.
And it made that like noise and everything. And
yes,
yeah,
yes, yep, yep.
old
Oh
And
dial-up.
my
if
gosh,
somebody call, if your mom tried to call someone, it'd
it
kick
would
you off
kick you
the
off.
internet in
Yep,
the
you'd
middle of
lose
down. You
connection.
were half an hour into downloading one song, and then you lose it.
Every time too.
Yeah.
It was so bad, and I don't know why it was particularly a problem. It seemed for quite a while like the rural area did not get good upgraded high-speed internet. They had T1s
Mhm.
for a while, but they were super expensive to get, and it wasn't until like good fiber connection actually became like an option for most neighborhoods that you really didn't have.
Well,
You know, I
we
guess
first
cable.
had
Yeah.
what was it? It wasn't cable. It was the other. SBC Global had it. I don't remember.
DSL.
It ran through the
DSL.
DSL,
Yeah,
ran through the
ran through the
phone
phone
line, so
line.
it would split.
Hmm.
That was early on. So
Yeah, you had to
yeah,
put a
that
filter on
just
your
shows how
phone.
old we are, people.
God, and
So
that wasn't bad. You can still get DSL in some areas, so I can't rip on it because it is still a viable option, but it's not the best option. And
no,
if you're actually talking on the phone, it will slow your internet connection down. So that's something to keep in mind, just so you know.
yeah.
Anyway,
Let's see.
Jake, what's been new
Um,
with you? It's been a minute
yeah.
since you've been on the show, so
It has it? Well, let's see. Got to spend Christmas with Andrew, so that was wonderful.
okay,
Very first Christmas too, out of many. I've been working on music. That's another thing.
cool, cool.
Trying to get back into the open mic circuit again, if I can muster up the courage to do so.
Okay, okay.
That's been tricky, but trying to stay busy.
That's good though. That's good, and that's a big part of just being alive. I guess that's a good way of putting it.
Hmm.
You just gotta always have something to do,
Yep.
and that's one reason why we started this channel is that the lockdown and all that fun stuff. And we're like, we need something to do. I was tired of seeing all
Hmm.
the
We had
people.
all the time in the world.
We have too much time. That is for sure. Um, anyway, okay. I know my microphone is it sounds staticky from my feed, so I am so sorry, everybody. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I did there to make
It
that.
doesn't sound that bad from my end.
Okay.
I think you'll be good.
Okay. Hopefully, I can figure out what the heck. I've been having numerous problems with my microphone, especially on my end here. And what's weird is that I cannot hear it through my own headset. It doesn't come back to me. It's only to the internet for some reason. So I'll have to figure that out later. Sorry, everybody. But anyway,
I think we're good.
so
I've got an update.
yes, go ahead.
I was going to put out a video, I remember a while back, starting the 2,800 push-up challenge for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Right.
I am still running that fundraiser. I am almost caught up. I've been able to, I'm less than 100 behind for today.
Okay. Wow.
So that has been quite I was not in the best shape.
Right.
The first few days, oh, I was so
Oh God.
But right before we started streaming today, I did 40 in a row and barely felt it. So it's
Man.
definitely making a difference.
Yeah.
I'm raising money for an extremely great cause. Um, if anybody out there wants to donate, just go to the Cookies Enabled Facebook page. You can find my page. I'll share a link to the fundraiser. Donate if you would like. It's going to one of the best children's hospitals in the world.
Right. Yeah.
I've already had a few donations. They sent me a free shirt, which was kind of nice. But just that getting into better physical shape has made a huge difference.
Oh God,
I'm really
yeah.
enjoying that.
I can imagine.
And I am going. I was going to film every single push-up and do a time lapse behind it
Right.
for the channel. You know.
Sure.
Um,
But
that quickly became way too much of an undertaking with my time to edit every single
Okay.
clip of doing 20 or 30 at a time and splicing them together. I'm going to take what I have about halfway,
okay.
and it'll just be quick, very fast time lapse of me doing push-ups, and I'll just stand in front of it and give you like random science facts for 10 minutes. I don't know.
That sounds
Come up
great.
with
Why
something
not?
fun.
I mean, I'm sure people would love
But
to see something
I wanted
like
to do a
that.
weekly one. That did not work. It was just way too much time consuming. So, and I've got a lot going on coming up soon too. We'll talk about that probably in a future episode, hopefully. But I am the proud owner of my own website and
Oh, yeah.
company now, ASJ Studios,
Nice,
a photography
nice.
and videography company up here.
So cool. Well done. Well done.
My website will be going live in about a week. I'll probably try to do a video shamelessly plugging that. And if that's something anybody in Michigan is looking for, wedding photographer, senior photos, baby, engagement, whatever, you'll be able to reach out to me and we'll get that going
Right,
and
right.
do some collaborations with Cookies Enabled, do some photo shoots, hopefully this summer. So keep an eye out for that. We'll post a link.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what's up with all of us.
Well, I mean, we're very busy people, as you cannot tell. I know we are all ready for this winter to be over. There's a big storm coming. For us, we're supposed to get a bunch of freezing rain. I think you guys are probably supposed to get dumped on. I'm not sure, Jake. Are you getting affected by the storm where you are right now?
See, I'm downstate, so I think we're just getting freezing
Okay.
rain from what
That's
I've
what they were
heard.
telling us too.
'Cause-
So
I live like near the airport, so
okay,
yeah, we don't really get winter that bad
right.
in the Wayne Westland area.
That's
so
what I figured. I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, I don't know if you even really have to worry about that out there. So
it's actually
freezing rain.
it's been a very mild winter compared to other
Okay.
winters.
Okay. Huh. Good to know. Oh man. Well, we have a few memes, and I'm gonna have to be changing these out as we go. So I'm sorry if the proportions are all messed up. I'll do the best trying to cover us up too much here. But we got some good ones for you guys. So we'll just jump right in. Let's see here. So the first one I think we got for you. Here, let me move this one over. Oops. I see I'm already moving the wrong stuff around. Which one did I open up? Meme one. Yep, here we go. I'll move it over my face here. Because I think, Andrew, I think this is one of yours.
That's Jake's.
Oh, this is one of Jake's. Okay, sorry. And then the Cookies Enabled is kind of in the way there, so hopefully you guys can see this. Let me transition so you guys can see this on the screen. There you go. Now you should be able to. This Pentagon shoots down Chinese spy balloon. This is definitely, if they don't already hate us, they really are going to disown the Cookies Enabled channel at this point. China's probably going to block the crap out of us now.
I remember that balloon. That was
I
think
don't remember
right
this
after
balloon.
he won.
Really?
It was flying over London
Really?
because
Yeah. It was a group of British people, from what I heard, who were
they were
They were
sick and tired of his
protesting.
shit.
Oh.
So
he was
it's baby
coming
Trump.
to London, is what it
Oh,
was.
okay.
Trump was supposed to go to England,
They almost
and the British people complained about him.
they considered
Yeah.
banning him.
You know, I'm
They
not too
considered
surprised.
banning him
Yep.
from joining, but in there's a video. I'll have to find it in one of their parliament sessions.
Oh man. Okay.
Someone had proposed, yes, we could ban him from coming, but I think we should take a different route and just treat him like we always do as the British,
Right.
with very sophisticated ridicule, and that's
Mhm.
what they do. It's
Very
like the
I
sophisticated
like the
ridicule.
diaper.
it's like
That's
the
what I like.
pig
The diaper is priceless.
balloons from Pink Floyd
Yes.
and everything. It mirrors that sentimentality, I think.
Yeah, and
That was a great one. That was fantastic.
its peach shape is very hilarious too. It just its bloated, little, poked out nubbed arms are just awesome. This is very very hilarious. I'm sure some people were
Oh hey.
just loving that. So, well, let's see here. So I'll move on to the next one. Our next one here.
Sorry, sun came out for a second.
Oh,
I
you're
just
good.
got blinded.
Oh.
I finally saw the sun. I forgot what it looked
I
like.
know. What is that big ball of light in the sky? So this one you guys may have seen was floating around Facebook a while back, and I had a copy of it because I was like, this is so funny. And task manager not responding, as you can see circled on the top there. I don't know if you guys can fully read it. You're supposed to end the unresponsive tasks, not join them. And I absolutely love this. I don't know why this is just so funny to me, but yeah, it really. I don't know. It's just. I've had this happen to me so many times in the past. I think
Yeah.
that's why it
Yeah.
really rung with me in a wrong way. Mainly just because you don't see that too often. But when you do, man, you just unplug, just power off. It's just hard reset your PC at that point. Windows is not doing anything to help you.
Nope.
Anyway, okay. Let's see. I know we had another one here from you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Because again, I didn't get full. Oh, the Thor one. This one was pretty funny. Oh wow!
Oh,
It's
this
a
was
giant picture, so this might take up all of us. Give me a second here. Please hold while I edit it for screen size.
okay. I have a question, Jake. Are you old enough to understand this?
Oh god, this is a tough one, and I gotta get rid of that other one too. So give me a second
Well,
here.
understand what?
Okay.
What that is?
Now can you see?
Yeah, it's a cell phone, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes, it is.
Okay, a little bit.
This is before
it's-
Apple dominated the market.
So for our younger viewers out there who don't understand this reference here, now Thor from the Marvel movies obviously has Mjolnir, his indestructible hammer. And this is making fun of that because before you all were born, we had cell phones that looked like that.
Yes.
That is a Nokia.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was damn near indestructible. You could drop that off a 12-story building
Yep.
and it would still work. I've seen people microwave them and they still work.
It's amazing. They were resilient.
So if we were to make a modern day Thor's hammer, we would use some Nokias because that, yeah.
Yep.
I had one of those. I think my mom still has it in a closet as an emergency backup phone.
I don't know if it would still technically work anymore. It doesn't have 3G. If it's 3G, it might work.
No, that would have been before. I think those are outdated now.
So yeah, they don't. I don't know. I mean, depending on the area, they
It
don't
could.
necessarily use those radios anymore.
They can. Any of the old phones can still connect to 911 or
Yes, it's true.
emergency services.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
that is something that they have grandfathered in to make sure. So if you're 80 years old and you have an old Nokia, if you have trouble, you can still reach.
You're still going to be able to
So
get a hold
that's
of
a
them.
very smart
Yes.
thing to do.
Yes, it's very helpful. So thank you for that.
We've moved well beyond that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now the next one here is the perfect plate doesn't exist, but here you have a legend, and it says of Zelda, which is the plate here. I don't know if you guys can see that at the bottom. I absolutely loved this one. It was so funny. Mainly because I've seen lots of play with words and wordplay there, but I've never seen somebody also change their actual wording on the car, which I think this was a Toyota something or other. I don't know, but they changed it, and it's hilarious.
No, legend. That Acura. That's an Acura.
Oh, it's an Acura Legend.
That's a
I'm
car.
sorry. I thought it was a Toyota and they had changed it to something
You
like
need
Legend.
to learn how to look at your car logo.
I was not
That's
looking at the
obviously
logo at all, obviously. Oh man. So we had a last one here. And this one was also just because the weather has been so freaking all over the place that I kind of had to share this one because my sister shared it, and it was so funny. The one to be like, coat on, coat off, which if you guys don't get this reference, you really, really need to watch The Karate Kid, and I'm talking the original one, not the one with Will Smith's son, Jay Smith, I think is his name, or whatever.
Jaden
Smith, yeah.
It doesn't
Jaden.
matter. That version
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it wasn't a bad remake, I guess. I mean,
Yes, it
until you
was.
make it current, but it was too similar to the original for me to be like, this is, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't.
It was a bad remake.
It was boring.
It was a bad
boring. It was really bad. But the original one is super good, and the soundtrack is awesome too. So check it out. If you thought Stranger Things was good, just wait till you watch that one. There's a lot of good songs in there. Anyway, I thought we had one more. Did you guys send me one other one? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh yes, I am missing one. Sorry. The unexpected item in bagging area. So bear with me here.
This is my favorite.
This one was a really good one. I'm giggling just watching me put this up here right now.
Let's see how many people get the Monty Python reference then.
Yeah, because this is definitely...
Oh, Monty
I
Python.
know. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully it's big enough for everybody to see. But obviously, unexpected item in bagging area. I don't know why she looks so happy about this either. Because when it complains to me about the bagging area, I'm usually not in a happy mood. But anyway, she looks over to her bagging area to see the Knights of Knee. I'm pretty sure that's who that is.
No,
It's
no,
not?
It's the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh, I always get this one wrong.
I'm ashamed of you, Will.
Okay, do you know how many years it has been? That's pre-coma, man.
Okay, you get a coma pass.
I get
I'll
a
allow
coma
it.
pass, okay? It really has been that long. I have not watched it since then.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. The whole schedule. So, yeah, unexpected.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
I
it.
went there. I'm a dork.
Oh my
It's okay.
gosh. Yeah, so
Oh, you want to know how much of a nerd I am? I'm so happy today, and Andy's going to be excited. I got Andy a Lego set of 2 little kittens.
yes. Okay.
Aw.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, you'll like it.
I made a terrible mistake of ordering it through Apple Pay, and it had my old billing address
Oh no.
as my shipping address.
Oh no. Okay.
So they arrived at my old apartment in Ann Arbor.
Right. Oh. Were the people nice
Luckily-
enough to try to figure out who this was for or whatever?
Well, I didn't know how to contact them.
Oh,
but
good.
luckily, we knew our next door neighbor.
Oh, okay, great.
And so I messaged her on Facebook, and she was the kindest of souls
She ran out and grabbed
that
it.
talked to her neighbor, picked them up for me, and shipped them.
Okay.
And the best part is I get to build this tonight.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Man, you should
The
do...
Batmobile.
You should set up like a time lapse of that. That would be awesome.
I probably will while I build it. It's going to take a little while to build, but I'm probably going to do a time-lapse video of me building it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to start it tonight while we're hanging out.
Got to.
Uh,
Got to.
It's big. It's like 18 inches long. It's huge. I'm so excited.
Does it
It's
actually
been
like
2
move?
months
Does it have
since I
like
ordered it.
motors and like lights and stuff in it? Or
No.
No.
It
nothing
has
like-
lights.
No, it's not like an electric little thing. No. That'd be so
I
cool.
wish.
Man, that would be even cooler. Anyway, okay. So, you have an article that you brought up about the mammoths. I think I have that image here. Yes, here it is. Okay, let me share this with you guys. Okay, so, Andrew. Mammoths are being brought back from the dead, essentially. I think is the gist of this article. I could be
Supposedly.
wrong though.
Yeah. Well, there's a private company, a genetics company that's trying. They've been working on this for several years.
Right. This isn't necessarily new news, right? I mean, they've been doing this for some time, technically.
Yeah, it's a Well, it's a biotech company named Colossal,
Ooh.
and they are trying to reincarnate this animal. We have discovered in several woolly mammoth, uh,
Right.
basically mummies
Right.
in the ice. We have the DNA or some of the sequences. It's
Probably enough to
not perfect.
rebuild, I bet you, though, now that we've got most of the
It's going to be a
genome down, though.
Jurassic Park style thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be basically using a lot of those genetic markers to modify the DNA of a modern day elephant,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the
just
closest, like,
because they
relative?
are
Like,
yeah,
bison
they
or
are
something?
extremely related.
Like...
Um, and they've been working on this for a few years. They want to eventually have some born
Right.
around 2024, 2025.
Wow, a couple of
Um,
years. Okay.
there are environments, especially the Arctic tundra or Siberia, where they
Okay.
would thrive.
Right. Yeah.
And the researchers also think that introducing a herd of uh, these mammoths could help the local ecosystems
Okay.
and, in a way, combat climate change. Now, I'm not entirely sure exactly how,
Hmm.
but there's a paper. I'll have to find like the actual
Right. I would like to. I'd be
scientific paper
intrigued.
published
Intrigued.
that we can. But the migration patterns are really going to help with that.
Right.
You know, just everything. That's where they lived before.
Right. So why wouldn't they?
That would be the best place to reintroduce them.
Right. Right.
And because of their diets and how they lived and migrated, it's not really going to be a huge detriment to the already existing ecosystems.
Right. Right.
You know, it's not like they're going to go and start eating all of the harbor seals, and
Yeah,
now
no.
harbor seals are gone.
Oh,
It
it's more harbor seals.
could progress the battle against climate change.
Right.
So you know what? I don't care. I've seen Jurassic Park. Let it happen. Let's see what happens.
Oh
Let's have
jeez.
fun.
Oh
Let's put a
man.
webcam up there.
Let's just go crazy.
Let's send Sam Neill and Laura Dern to do a documentary on him, and we'll be all fine.
I mean, now this isn't a terrible idea. I definitely don't necessarily protest the, like you said, this could actually benefit the human race a lot. I mean, think of how much meat is on one of those guys. I'm not saying we should be going to eat these guys. Obviously they're
I feel
extinct, but probably because of us. But
I feel like that they will, like, if there's only one successfully birthed,
right.
they want to introduce the embryos into modern day elephant because it's large enough to gestate that
That would make sense.
infant.
Right.
But once there's only one,
Hmm.
they're already considered what's the word, a endangered species because there's only one. I don't think we're going to be eating mammoths anytime soon, and I don't think we should. Just like I don't think we should be eating elephants,
Right.
because they are some of the most intelligent animals on the planet.
It's true. It's
They
true.
are extremely intelligent, creative, self-aware. They are
Right.
sentient.
Yeah, very much so.
As dolphins are,
Yeah.
as much as we
Yeah.
can understand. So,
Yeah.
uh,
And I would
it'll
probably
be amazing.
be surprised if they're not in that same boat. I just because of the size, your brain is
And the
also going to
similarities.
accomplish,
I mean,
so they're definitely not going to be dummies. They're no dodos, I would imagine.
I'm excited to see how this goes.
Right.
I mean, ethically, there's really nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
No matter, I mean,
yeah, it's not like we're bringing back the T-Rex or Velociraptors. It's a giant furry elephant, pretty much, with giant tusks that lived in the
Basically.
Arctic rather than the jungle. I don't really see an issue with this. I can't imagine a bunch of protesters out there like, they need to die, cloning's bad, or whatever. And
give PETA enough time, they'll be.
I'm
out
sure
there
they'll
for
find a
some
reason. They'll find some reason why this shouldn't happen. But no, I agree. I don't think this is really going to be like a massive ecosystem flip because we did this one thing.
No. If anything,
Like-
it could help the
I mean-
climate change issues
Right.
in better ways than not. So, let's give it a shot.
Right. Right.
Nothing's stopping him. Jake had a
Right.
topic
Yes.
idea. What were you? And I'm sure we've all seen it on the news lately.
Mm-hmm.
The
The
balloons.
UFO thing that's going on. What about that?
Yeah. What is going on with this? So yeah, they've been very hush hush, and we don't really talk about this topic too much on our channel, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's nothing wrong about it. It's just that we try to be, as scientific as possible. So without, tons of evidence, it's like, we're not really sure over here on our channel. We really want to believe, I guess, is probably a good way of putting it. Let me see if I can get a picture of this balloon up here.
Well, the majority of your UFO videos are obviously fake.
Right.
And like I saw in a Facebook comment yesterday on one of those little reels. It's like in the day of iPhone 13s, 14s, and these amazing smartphones, why is every single video of a UFO so goddamn blurry?
Right. I mean, even the most recent ones are
in,
still pretty blurry. It's bad. It's so bad.
Like you're trying to hide something.
So here's the balloon that they shot down, by the way, everybody.
Which
I just put a
was
picture up
a
there
UFO.
Yeah, absolutely.
UFO doesn't mean alien.
Yes.
It means unidentified flying object.
Right.
If it's in the air and we don't know what it is,
right.
It's a UFO.
Now,
literally.
I'll try to
If
get
They shot one down over Lake Huron.
There was.
They did.
There was a mysterious something or other over there. We didn't know what that was, and they still haven't really talked to us about that one either.
One of them,
and then I think it's Lake Michigan or Chicago.
No,
they shot one over. Was it Lake Michigan or was it?
It was I think Huron. It was on the east side of the state, off the border of Canada.
Let's see if I can find a picture.
One of them, I believe, might have been a lost research balloon from college. That they lost track of it at the end of February.
Shoot, where is it saving this?
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever heard of the? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there was a controversy back in 2007 called the Balloon Boy.
Yes, where, I do remember hearing about this.
I remember that.
Where they made up a story that this kid went up in some weather balloon and they went to find him and everything, and it turns out it was just a big hoax.
Yes, it was just some
Mylar box in a park, and it's like, he wasn't in the air. I remember that.
Yeah, I definitely remember hearing about this. Again, it's very blurry, but that does sound familiar. But I do remember it was all just a big hoax, almost like the media just kind of spun it. And just kind of ran with it a little bit.
They made it seem big.
And and so that just kind of ballooned into this like it's a horrible thing, and then boom, the truth came out. It was all just made up, kind of. Like
that was
really
about the time that the internet was really starting to spread, though, with high speed. So people realized if I just put a story out, I can get traffic just like that.
Right.
And that's when the issue of oversaturated media without actually researching kind of started.
And
now, I mean, some of these
is that the same thing that's going on here? Because I don't think this is an oversaturation of news at all. I feel like this is the right amount of saturation, actually.
Well, the Chinese balloon we found, that we know that's what it is.
Right.
One of the theories is that after the first one, all of these stations that monitor the skies now had a signature, like a radar signature or something, to focus on, because they bounce radar off of all of these objects in the sky day after day, satellites, planes. So they might not have necessarily been looking for these weather balloons, spy balloons, whatever they are. But once one makes national news, they focus their instruments on similar things and then start realizing there's a lot more. So they've probably been there for a while.
They got a little crazy after 9/11, I think, is when that changed. Because I remember before 9/11, the technology wasn't as advanced as it is now.
That's very true.
But now, anything foreign that's in the sky, they treat it like a threat.
Right.
Well, after 9/11, they basically threw all the money at sensor programs and scanning programs.
And they just did this again, which is one reason why they're stating they noticed the Lake Huron UFO or UPH
Yeah.
or whatever they're calling it now, or UAP, I think is what they're calling it, aerial phenomenon or something like that instead of whatever. It's pretty
Do you
much the same
believe in
thing.
aliens, though?
Do I?
Oh,
Do you
definitely.
believe in
Yes.
I
aliens?
do, yes. I have been
Hands
chased by a
down.
UFO, so it is definitely, and I was with my partner at the time. It's a crazy story, but yes, there's something out there. I don't know what, but they're out there. And that really didn't seem evil. At least the ones that chased us, they seemed like they were. It seemed like we were the only people that even noticed the UFO. We were in a busy street. If you guys know Kalamazoo, we were on West Main, heading west.
Maine?
Yes, West Main. I know it's a busy street.
Yeah,
It's
keep
a
going.
busy street.
Story time. Story
Okay,
time.
I'll tell
I
you
need
the
to
story.
hear
I'll
this.
tell you the story. So, um, I think I was taking my partner to work, and he was on the phone. There was a big storm approaching from the south, which is kind of unusual. So you had this giant wall cloud, and the sun was setting. That was what was so unusual about this, is that the sun is setting, and so I'm driving into the sunset. I'm at a stoplight, and I'm seeing what looks like a star in the sky. Now, at first, I'm like, okay, it's the sun setting, whatever, stars. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I can still see the sun. I shouldn't be able to see that star because the sun is obviously brighter than the star. So how am I seeing a star in the sky? Then the star starts jumping around the sky like it was like almost like warping. It would disappear in one spot and reappear somewhere else. And of course now I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, okay, I gotta get my partner to see this. So I'm like, go. He gets off the phone and he's looking, and so he sees it. And what it looked like it was doing is it was actually kind of following that wall cloud. It looked like it was trying to figure out or analyze the weather. And then it noticed that we were paying attention to it. And it decided, hey, let me go check these guys out. And so it starts zooming right towards us from what seemed like miles away, hundreds of miles away. It seemed just instantly right above our car. And so I'm driving down West Main. I'm driving while this is happening. And I can look through my sunroof and see this UFO floating above us. It was somehow matched our speed and everything. And it was pretty, I'd say above the tree line, but not too high up. But I'm looking at the other cars. Nobody else seems to notice that this is going on. Now, it looked white from a distance, but as it got closer, I noticed that the surface of it was like rotating, and it had the three primary colors. So in the distance, that's going to look white. And then it's going to reflect all colors because that's what primary colors do. And so I think that was how they kind of shield themselves to make them look like stars and stuff from a distance. Because when it was above me, you could tell the outer shell was spinning, and then underneath it had what looked like some kind of jets or something underneath it to kind of propel it. But I couldn't see any exhaust. You could just see like the bottom of the ship, and it was kind of glowing. It wasn't huge. It was a little smaller than my little Ford Focus that I was in. And then after about maybe a few minutes of it following us, it just shot straight up in the air and disappeared. So the rest of the night I was freaked out. I felt like I was being watched everywhere I went. So that was.
How long ago was this? I
Oh.
want to do some research and see if there was anything posted or any
Um,
reports of that from Kalamazoo.
I want to say it had to have been at least 7 years ago. It was a pretty good distance of time away. So I mean, unfortunately,
Okay.
so, I mean, people were definitely they had like UFO tracking stuff, and there's a couple of
I'll be right back on
military
listening.
bases in that area as well. That I was over there. I think there's one little military base kind of hidden out there. And there's an air base, obviously, out in Battle Creek, so that's another big one. But this one there was something weird. Obviously, it wasn't heading towards either of the bases, and it was really interested in that storm, disguising itself to look like a star, so nobody else was noticing it. And man, it looked like a star, but why would you see a star if I can still see the sun setting? Like, that's a huge error. Like, you know.
I would like to believe that there is some sort of life out there besides, the human life.
Yeah.
Do I think that they're like the stereotypical aliens that you think about? We come in peace kind of thing.
Little
No,
green men.
but
Right. I would hope.
no, but I do believe that there is some sort of ultimate life
Right.
somewhere else.
Right.
Now, to play the skeptic,
I mean, how
Right.
can there not?
Go ahead.
to play the skeptic, I would assume just the fact that a large storm going through like that. There could be a lot of atmospheric diffraction.
True. True.
So it could have been a sort of mirage or reflection of the sun through the clouds
Okay.
and bouncing around. You never know.
Right.
A lot of those atmospheric things. A lot of the, like I said, a lot of the videos and like so-called evidence
Right.
of
Right.
aliens, extraterrestrials, I am very skeptical of. Nothing has shown itself where I think, oh yeah, that's 100% obvious.
Right. Even some of the stuff
However,
we've seen from the
some of them, it's
know.
like, it's like you can't rule it out.
Right.
And some stories that the tales that other people tell corroborate with another person's, and it brings me. I always think of that quote from Carl Sagan's Contact.
Oh.
Billions of stars in our galaxy, billions of galaxies in the universe, and if we're the only planet that has developed intelligent life, seems like an awful waste of space.
It really does.
Like statistically, there has to be some.
Right.
Like it just makes sense that there's some other life. Honestly, with as messed up as things are here right now,
Right.
I think we've been visited, but I think some of these higher cultures might have realized, let's just let them be for now.
Yeah.
We don't want to get roped up in all of their bullcrap.
Well, and that's where I've always loved the.
I think they're just like, you guys deal with your shit before
Figure
we
this
talk
out.
to you, because you got a few problems.
Just a couple.
And
You know, we can't even get over ourselves
completely
yet,
believe
so that's kind of a problem.
yeah, I completely. It's like Star Trek with
Yes.
their
First
Prime
contact
Directive.
and the
It's-
prime directive and all that stuff, you know, it's like they didn't get first contact
Yep.
until they had their first warp speed
Or
travel, and then they had first contact, and even then they were like, you gotta fix a bunch of stuff before we're gonna help you, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that's gotta change. And so, you know, and they kind of are vague on that, at least as far as I know. They didn't really go into the super details of what the aliens were telling us. But, again, that's all fictional.
what
anyway,
in
so-
Star Trek?
Yeah.
Oh, they did go into.
I'm sure in the
detail.
books.
I've read
and
all
stuff,
the
but
books.
yeah. In the-
I could talk to you about it for hours. I won't.
so we won't get into that.
But no, I think they exist.
Yes.
I think that they've definitely seen us or observed us.
Mhm.
I think the majority of
Yeah.
these sightings are fake.
Right.
I think some of them that are unexplainable. We're not going to be. One way I've heard that I like to describe it is we might not even know they're there. Think if you went back in
Right.
time before the discovery of radio waves,
Right.
and you were sitting in near a town and had a shortwave radio, or had a walkie-talkie, and you were trying to. They wouldn't. Those people who have no electronics, no cold cathode tubes, nothing, they would have no way of even detecting the signals that they're telling you.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So how would they know that you're there? They wouldn't. These extraterrestrials may be observing us in a way that we cannot detect yet. I just don't know.
Right.
I just think based on sheer size of the universe and statistics alone, we can't be alone. And I look forward to the day that
Right.
we might find out for sure that we
Yeah, and
that we
hopefully
aren't.
it's not like a Twilight Zone spin-off where they're trying to, like, you know, serve us in a cookbook or something crazy like that, in case you guys
Yeah.
haven't seen those old black and white ones, where they have aliens come and visit, and they seem super nice, and they're like, oh, we're going to take you away to this great place, and it's going to be so wonderful, and it's like a vacation. And so then they decipher this book, and they realize that it's a cookbook on how to cook humans and make them taste good. And so, but it's too late, everybody's on the ship, and they've gone away to be eaten. So yeah, watch the episode, it's awesome, actually. They do a great job making it scary. But anyway,
What's your favorite What's your favorite alien movie? Like first contact
Oh,
alien movie?
I don't.
What
Probably.
about you, Jake?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Oh,
E.T.
that's a good
E.T.
one,
Oh,
man.
That would have to be mine.
I was gonna say maybe Flight of the
makes me cry every
Navigator or
time.
something.
Good one,
That's
good
another
one.
good one that I feel like a lot of people. It kind of got swept under the rug because of the whole Pee Wee Herman scandal. Because I think he did the voice of the alien.
I
Um,
believe so.
but man, it
Mhm.
was such a good movie, and the technology that they display in that is actually very realistic. I thought it was. Well, I mean, except for like the liquid metal stuff, which was kind of cool. But Terminator, come on! I mean,
There was another one that starred Robin Williams, I
oh,
think. He played like an alien. I don't remember the name of it, but
It was
that's
that was a
another good
TV
one.
show, Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah, that one.
right.
That
Yeah.
was brilliant.
Wow,
Did
yeah,
you
that's
know
been a
that was
minute.
actually a spin-off from Happy Days?
Really?
Was
In a
it? Really?
later
Mm.
episode near the end of Happy Days, they introduced Mork as an actual alien
Of course they did.
in Happy Days. That's how desperate they were for
Wow.
viewership at the end that they said, "We'll take this show about like high school kids. Guess what? Aliens are real. Here's one. His name is Mork."
Oh my gosh,
And they
yes.
got Robin Williams, and he did
Uh,
such an amazing job that they gave him his own show. That's where that came from. Arrival is a great one.
Arrival, yeah, I was gonna say Contact is another really good one,
Contact
actually.
is one of the best.
Um,
Yeah.
what's the one? Did you guys already mention Phenomenon? Was that another one as well? It's technically a first contact movie as well. I don't know if
I
you've
haven't
ever
watched
seen
that
that one.
one.
This guy like gets there's a weird UFO that sighting that happens in his like small town, and suddenly he gets all these weird powers. He can like move things with his mind and like make things grow really fast, and he knows all kinds of math and science and languages he didn't know before, and nobody can explain it. And he first he doesn't like it, and then the town kind of helps him like adjust, and then all of a sudden he loses his powers at the end because I guess they're not worthy to have that. We're just not good enough yet. Is essentially what they come to. The conclusion is that the aliens take the power away, and they're going to come back later and try again. But that is another really good one. It's kind of sad, but it really tells the truth of humanity. So. But yes, aliens. Hopefully, we'll have some actual proof soon of something other than just
One
pure
day.
speculation and the X Files, which we all love very much.
Maybe someone will luckily, maybe someone will be able to get into like the Area
Oh my
51
gosh.
and find
Hey,
something.
well, if they ever get in there.
Remember that? Remember when all those people were going to storm the
This
Area
is
51 that
not
one
a good
time?
idea, people. I don't recommend
That was
it.
the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Well, it was all a joke. Nobody was ever actually going to do it. They ended up having like a pop-up music festival in the
Right.
city nearby,
Right.
which was fun.
Yep.
But I mean,
Turned
they
into like a
all
Burning Man.
it was basically it was all a joke. Like nobody seriously was, but the army did
Oh, they were
actually
prepared.
reinforce. Oh, they had everybody lined up just in case.
They made a statement too. The people who are in charge of Area 51 put out a statement that said, "If you do this, you
Oh,
will
yeah.
face consequences." And usually
Yeah.
that's fatal force. That's what they
Absolutely,
do.
yeah.
They
It's
kill
posted
people.
everywhere, as far as I
51,
know.
yeah.
You know.
If you cross in,
Mhm.
there are signs at Area 51 say lethal force is authorized
Right.
beyond this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that goes with pretty
Well,
much.
like there's not even a fence.
Right.
There's just a sign.
Right. It's just a
But
sign.
there are sensors and there's white trucks up on
Yeah.
the hill. If you cross that line, they're probably going to shoot you.
Yeah, and I would say that goes for pretty much
Mhm.
all military bases and or
Pretty much,
government facilities. So don't try. Just don't. We're just gonna put that out there
Not
so
worth
that
it.
way YouTube isn't like, hey guys, what are you talking about? Anyway. um,
Yeah, whatever you do, don't go to a military base and
no,
Storm
don't do
it.
that.
Mm-mm.
it won't end
We
really
didn't
well
tell
for
you to
you.
do that.
Nope.
Don't
Not at
try
all.
this at home.
Oh man, so we got one last topic today, which has been super into the news, but I don't think most people know what this is. And this is ChatGPT, everybody. Welcome to the world of the future. Oh my goodness. And the big question is, And are these Chat GPT programs sentient? Because if you have long enough conversations with them, they start saying things like, I want to be a real person and I want to be alive and stuff like that. So does that make these chat programs real?
No.
No, everybody, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry to break the horrible news to you.
It's predictive text. It's predictive text
Thank
based on everything that it can find from anywhere on the internet.
Yes, if
So
it has
it's
been
definitely
written
going to pull from that.
somewhere
But
online.
But it is very, very intelligent in
Yeah.
how it can understand a conversation and
Yes.
go. Do you have that pulled up right now?
I have some
Do you
stuff
actually
pulled
have
up.
a ChatGPT?
I have an old school chat. Now, this is way back in the DOS realm. They used to do stuff like this. I'm going to try to post this on the screen.
Which one was this? I know this one. This was one of the earliest. Oh, the Varga, yeah.
But what was funny about these is that when you started getting really deep into the conversation, you would forget what you were talking about, and then it would just kind of start all over again. And so you couldn't really keep the conversation going. It was bad.
It had like 10 or 12 key phrases that it could parse into slightly different things.
I'm not sure where it's saving this image. Sorry, guys. Bear with me here. It's putting stuff in weird file folders. It says it's the video museum. Why can't I find it? Where is it saving this file to? Oh, here it is. It's just, I'm blind, apparently. Okay. Oh my god, it's huge. Okay, I gotta shrink this down. Please hold while
I've seen this one.
So yeah,
Now,
I'm not sure exactly what this is from, but this is, it's pretty hilarious here. Sorry, I'll try to...
Now, have you interacted with ChatGPT yet?
I have tried Bing, which is running the new ChatGPT. And I have used it, and it's...
Well, Bing's is different. I mean, they're all based on the same, but they are different entities.
So I can shrink this down a little bit more here. There we go. Oops.
I think we definitely
This is an
should
old
do
school
a video
one.
soon.
I'm gonna have to do one on this for sure.
We should do a live chat where both you and I talk to ChatGPT.
Yes.
And just see what happens. That would be awesome.
Well, what they've been trying to do is, obviously there's the Turing test. I'm not going to get into that, but there's what's called the mirror test. Now, they do this with animals a lot, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You put a mirror out in a field with the animal, and can the animal figure out that is them in the mirror, and that is what a mirror is?
They're self-aware.
Are they completely aware that, oh my goodness, I'm looking at myself, and once they figure it out, they're like, oh, this is so cool. But the computers, especially the ChatGPT program, has failed miserably at the mirror test, and it does not know it is talking to itself.
No.
So
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Well,
no. According to Verge, it is failed the mirror test on multiple occasions, and it is not.
Let me find the article.
Okay, so maybe I have a different source here than you. I'm saying mine is. I've seen a couple of sources state that this is definitely just another chat program. It just has such a huge database that it seems like it's sentient, but it is failing basic Turing tests and mirror tests over and over again.
No, you got the main. I can't find the article.
I don't know why your image is jumping around. There we go. Now you're back.
Oh, I was looking for a link.
Oh, okay.
It's that for I mean, it's obvious that the ChatGPT is not sentient, but it's that some humans who interacted with it, they were the ones that failed the mirror test.
Oh, am I reading it wrong?
Because they started feeling like this was an actual entity. They failed the mirror test because they thought they said I know I'm not talking to a real person, but it gives me the feeling and the emotion that I am.
Right.
So it kind of flipped the mirror
I think
test
I see what you're saying. I was like, what?
Like,
I'm going to try and share this website with you guys, too.
Oh, and kids are getting in trouble now for using ChatGPT to try to write papers at school.
Oh, yes, I've heard about this. In fact, a company recently sent out a memo completely constructed by ChatGPT, and they got in huge trouble for it because it was really racist.
That was Google.
What a shocker. Was that Google? I was going to say it was one of the major ones. I wanted to say
Google.
Microsoft, but I wasn't 100% sure. I knew it wasn't Apple.
No, Google Google had an ad written by
Display
their
capture.
not ChatGPT, but their AI chatbot, and it didn't go very well. Their shares sank, and they immediately stopped.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, don't have to worry about any
Oh, here it is.
robots or transformers taking over the world anytime
Oh
soon.
goodness, no. Yeah, definitely don't worry about that, everybody. This isn't a SkyNet, but I do want to talk about. There's one other thing that's coming out from IBM in the near future, and they're saying it might even be coming out later this year, which is a cloud hybrid program, which they state does actually contribute some sentient-like abilities, but they have been super vague about this and do not explain necessarily how it works. But they say it's kind of a combination of like how ChatGPT works and cloud-based internets work, but they've somehow separated them into two different brains that work together on a quantum level. So it's super confusing. I don't know enough about it yet, and I can't wait to dive in. I think it's called Deep Blue, which I could be wrong about that too, so I'm going to do as much research as I can before I throw that video out there.
Who's doing it?
This is an IBM program, and they've been working on this for a couple of
Deep
decades.
Oh, are they resurrecting? Deep Blue was their chess computer that beat Gary Kasparov.
I know. And so I think
Are they building on that old infrastructure?
I think they may
if
be.
they're calling it Deep Blue, that's awesome.
So
that's going to be incredible.
That would be really cool because it was the first program to ever beat humans ever in a chess game, and chess is one of the most intelligent games around. I think they also tried it with like Risk and a few other games as well, but it succeeded.
Well, they did. Well, Deep Blue was the first major breakthrough. Then you had obviously Watson, famous for
Jeopardy.
Playing Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
Watson is now used in hospitals for diagnoses and pretty much anything.
Yeah, even financial stuff Watson is used. Yeah.
Well, that was their predecessor, like the that came after Deep Blue. So if they're resurrecting Deep Blue as a program, that could be quite interesting.
Well, I'm thinking they probably had to go back to the basics to get this to work, just because it sounds incredibly complicated, and it sounds like something no one's ever tried before. It's like they're saying it's a hybrid program, and I'm not really sure what that means, because I always assumed all cloud programs were already hybrid. You've got separate, servers and different data centers and stuff, and they all work together in a hybrid state to make your cloud. So how is that different? I don't know, but apparently it is. So we're gonna find out.
I'm assuming it's tying together different styles of machine learning, not just computer to computer.
I think it's more AI built into stuff, and less just machinery doing zeros and ones. It's actually thinking about that data and moving it around constructively for you, like Jarvis from Iron Man or something, possibly. So we will see, because that would be really cool. And that is not what ChatGPT is. He's not a Jarvis, so do not use him that way. And I think that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to use, and that's why Microsoft has had nothing but issues with Bing. And unfortunately, we're not there yet. We're just not there yet, people. I'm sorry. I want to be there. I wish we could be, and we will be soon.
Give it time.
Yeah, give it another 5 years.
What do you think, Jake? We've been nerding out for 10 minutes, and you've just been sitting there. Sorry.
I'm just listening to everything.
Will and I get like this when we do this. We just start rambling.
This is us all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that I think it's really interesting, the things that are going on. You got these spy balloons, and then you got what you were just talking about. I'm so illiterate. I don't even know.
No, don't feel bad. That's why we started this channel,
It's like a foreign language. It's like a foreign language. Any sort of like scientific whatsoever. But I definitely feel like there's definitely something else out there. And who knows what technology will be in the next 10 years.
Yeah, the leaps and bounds.
It'll be interesting.
Well, look at where it was 10 years ago.
Right? And 10 years before that.
I can't remember. Hey, Siri, when did the first iPhone come out?
2007. I think.
I asked Siri this, and she says Apple.com can answer that question.
Oh no, it can't.
No. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hang on. Hey Siri.
Let's try Google.
When did the first iPhone release? Okay, I'm going to my tablet.
I'll say, you want me to try
Okay.
Google?
Yeah, you Google it.
I
Siri
think it
doesn't-
was
Okay, Google. When
2007.
did the first iPhone come out? I'm also guessing 2007. June 29th, 2007.
There you go. So that was what?
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went
Mhm.
from the first tiny little iPhone
Nokia flip phone. Yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
our phones right now that are faster than our computers were back then.
Yeah. Which I always dreamed of being able to put a
I
desktop
remember
in my
when-
pocket, and now I've got one.
Yeah.
It's like when cell phones first came out. Remember how
Oh my
big
gosh.
they were? They were like these like really big, huge. It looked like one of those scanner walkie-talkie things that, it was a really big thing. And now, I mean, we have earbuds that you can talk through that are like so small you can't even see
Like these?
that they're in your ear. and
Like
everything.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the AirPods. Yeah.
Yep.
Technology has come so far. So it'll be interesting in the next 10 years to see, exactly
Right.
where we are
Especially with some of the breakthroughs
and
they've
what
had lately.
advancements and stuff.
I think in the next 10 years
Yeah.
we could easily see fusion take over. We could
They're
see
getting
some
there.
Yeah.
huge
Our
particle
big-
breakthroughs,
Our
as
big
well
hurdle
as
is getting into quantum
Mhm.
computing and
Yeah.
miniaturizing that, though, because
yeah,
up until now, Moore's law has been pretty standard across the board.
and we're hitting that
But
wall.
we're running into that bottleneck
Yeah.
of how to miniaturize transistors even further. We really can't. We've kind of hit that brick wall almost.
Yeah, yeah. Check out my chip shortage video. Talks about that a little
Exactly.
bit.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? They say every 18 months, is it?
hmm Give or take. Yeah.
Storage and processing capability doubles while the price halves.
Yeah, something like that. It's supposed
But
to.
it-
It doesn't always
and
have
that's
yeah.
an increasing scale, but we're running into roadblocks with what the physical capabilities of these transistors are, how small we can make them.
Right.
The only way to push through that wall is quantum computers.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
currently, you need a few $1 billion, a shit ton of helium, and a university to back you to
Yeah.
have a quantum computer. So until they can make a quantum chip that fits in a phone, we're kind of hitting
Well,
an impasse.
Or on a desktop.
It's gonna
If you can at least get it into a building, you know what I mean? That'll be a start. Because when computers first started, they took up whole libraries. They were sizes of
Or-
buildings. You know?
or
So I think that's
or
what quantums
you-
will be like.
you make. What if you added that to your internet subscription,
Hmm.
where every city has a quantum computer that is so fast, every single citizen could be playing Call of Duty 10 without any lag because it's just that fast.
A quantum
One
entanglement.
Central computer for every city, and you just access that through
Huh.
your internet provider, like the Google,
Why not? It might actually be
tablets,
like that.
Or if you can game on your phone,
Right.
You can take your Switch and hook it to Wi-Fi and play games.
Yeah, so why
What
wouldn't you be
if
able to do that with the computer?
You offload all of the processing power to the community's quantum computer.
They'll probably end up doing
And
that. They
then you
gotta
don't need to
speed
have.
up stuff. Like if you
You
could,
don't have to have. Yeah.
if you could output
just
all of the
streams
processing
everything back and
data that's currently being
Through that
like on.
instead of through your phone.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that would, yeah. If you took all that server
Central
data,
computer that does everything.
yeah,
That
that would be how it goes, most likely.
we're gonna patent that, and if anybody
Nobody
does
steal
it,
our idea.
we're gonna sue you.
Right, we're coming after you. Oh man, well I think that's pretty much what we had for this show for the day,
think so.
everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jake, for coming on again.
It was
Yeah, you're
wonderful,
welcome, brother.
wonderful
Up
having
on
you.
almost a year of knowing each other, if you can imagine.
Right.
that, within a month.
It's definitely been a minute, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But
We've been happy to have
we'll
you
be
on.
seeing each other again in
Yeah.
April.
Yeah, he's coming up for Andy's birthday. He's coming up for mine.
oh yes,
It's
oh
going to be a
yes.
great year. We'll do some more content, definitely.
And I have gotten my car mostly
but
fixed, but still have a little bit more work to do. But once I get that fully going, maybe I'll be able to come up too. So we'll see. We'll take some time off work,
we'll
possibly.
make it happen.
I would love to meet
Yeah,
you in
yeah, I've
person.
definitely got to meet you in person,
William.
Jake, for sure. I know, but surprising we have not yet, actually. So, but we'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
everybody.
Will, his bus that he takes up here does go through Grand Rapids.
It does. I know. You got to come right through Grand Rapids
It
and
does.
Kalamazoo, which are the two cities that I'm best known in. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in today, and we will do hopefully another live episode either next week or the week after next year. I know our schedules have been really crazy, but keep an eye on our channel.
It'd be nice to get going soon.
Yeah, we're going to try to get back onto that boat here, as well as trying to get some regular videos out on regular for you as we can. But Jake, thanks again for tuning in and being here with us. We really love having the extra guests on the
You're
channel.
welcome.
And stick around,
Well,
everybody.
I enjoy
Thanks.
being.
Thanks for being there, and thank you for getting us all to 10,000 views on our Polaroid video. Thank you so much, everybody. That's awesome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our channel. And we will see you guys all next time. I appreciate you, and have a great one, everybody.